hot and bothered. I just thought it
hot
was...
and bothered means something a little different, I
Right.
think, from what you're trying to get at here, Lumi.
I didn't realize there was like a gym section here.
Yeah, that's...
I just I'm in there. I see people
this gym
walking out in pairs.
This gym is an institution. Gerg works out there. Blitz works out there. You know, they've lost like a combined like almost 200 pounds. That gym has
more than
achieved
me.
some great results for humanity.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we have a draft. Okay. Let's check it out.
Same bands. Yep, Faces Void was the issue. Screwed their strategy up. They're like, wow, they weren't going to take it in the first phase. We can get Phoenix, right? Nope. OG learned their lesson from last game. We'll snag it up. Now LGD. How do you want to deal with this?
Really, Ben?
That's my thinking face, dude.
How do you want to deal with this?
I don't know.
I can't do the stereotypical Chinese sound.
That was just my normal voice.
Mine has a Cantonese accent thrown in.
Oh, okay.
Just talk normally with me.
I mean, how can you tell? I am talking
How
normally.
can you saw? How can you
Yeah,
saw
exactly.
my accent? How can you saw me?
Kunga first pick again.
Ooh.
It is good versus Faces Void.
Yes, it is.
It's good with Faces Void and against.
10 seconds remaining.
But it's generally pretty bad in lane. I guess harassing is awful. He needs levels because Torrent got boned in the level 1 scaling.
Well, as we saw from last game, Kunga by himself is not good, but when you pair it with the right heroes, right? For the safe lane, they pair it with the Shadow Shaman and Gyro.
Where's the Drow picks, by the way?
Oh yeah, it was rampant the first day.
Or the pucks, you know? Not so. I guess OG don't run it as much.
They want armor nerf. Unplayable.
Didn't stop Zai from playing a devastating support puck earlier in the tournament.
Was it crit? I thought it was crit.
I thought it was Zai. Oh, they ran a crit puck?
Yeah, 5 position puck
Okay,
twice.
maybe it was, we didn't actually catch the game on the mainstream, so.
So who do they want against the Faces Void? They picked Shaman last time.
It was crit, apparently.
They probably want more... What else was key for them? Mirana, I don't think OG are going to pick, so they don't have to pick it up first. So we'll be
Alright,
Shaman
Shaman.
again. They could go for Phoenix this time. I think it's much better when you have the Faces Void on your side.
Mm-hmm.
But it did not do so much for their lane presence in game numero uno.
So even though LGD has the exact same heroes, I don't think they could employ the Shaman wards the same way they did last time. I don't think you just put down the ward and just watch it beat down the building, because it's much easier, I think, for OG to now, let's say, wrap in from the back or counter-initiate, stuff like that.
Always got to be a little more skeptical when a team goes straight back to the same draft and their opponents have like already seen it, had a chance to game plan.
Yeah.
Especially against the top tier team.
See,
like
that's my
OG.
thinking face too. He rubs his
Which
would-be
one?
beard.
Do you
one in
use
the
that
middle?
same combination of fingers though?
No, I don't.
Yeah. he's flipping the bird.
Dude, that's actually very common. My dad was like reaching to change a radio. He uses his middle finger.
Yeah.
Is your longest finger?
Yeah,
The nose scratch with the middle finger. You know, that's the.
That's like elementary school though. That's intentional.
Yeah.
He's just trying to scratch his hairs, man.
I find that my pointer is more dexterous though.
That's because you haven't middle finger
you
enough.
you haven't used the middle finger because you think it's rude.
So you're saying I'm underdeveloped on my
Yes.
middle finger.
Yeah, it's the longest
Dexterity.
finger, man.
You have made so many inefficient plays in your youth that now you have to keep using
But why
inefficient
do I
fingers.
need to scratch with my middle finger?
Because it's your longest
Efficiency.
finger.
How much do you guys scratching your faces?
If you press a button, if you point at something, it's your
Anything.
longest finger.
Yeah.
Anything. You could probably gain like 100 MMR if you trained.
Gain like a millimeter.
That adds up, dude. A lot of people would give for 1 millimeter.
There you go.
That is certainly true.
Okay, so Phoenix taken up. No surprise there. They just drafted in the wrong order last game.
Jarex is not amused.
He's like, this is what the first game should have been. Thanks, Fly.
Not the happiest I've ever seen him.
Yeah, because he's in China, so.
Yeah, he's thinking about how many hours he's wasted by not using his middle finger. He's
No,
watching maybe in the
I
opposite
would
booth.
bet you $100 that he has literally never had that thought in his entire life.
Have you shown him the maybe video right there?
We're not going to prep him. We're going to ask him if he's ever thought about his inefficiency with his middle finger.
Maybe. Okay, you can ask him.
You want to take the bet?
No, I don't.
Oh, get dumpstered.
But I still want you to ask him.
Ben Wu, the bet fiend,
You're gonna be like
backing down.
5 seconds remaining.
It's okay, Ben. I know you're scared. LGD keep on betting this Terrorblade.
Reserve time.
Probably the go-to safe laner for no tail when OG need like a strong pushing hero.
Yeah, he's I think the best tower hitter that they play. Their Drow strats are like decent, I would say. But Terrorblade, I think they play much better around.
Oh, did I say that LGD make no mistake last game?
What?
I remember that one fight.
That was in the break, maybe?
Yeah. I remember that one fight. Remember they just lost Kunga and Rasta, and the half the team didn't show up in time.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big mistake.
No,
But then apart from that,
that was an intentional sandbag to lull OG into a false sense of security.
They were pulling the siege, the Clutch Gamer. You think Clutch Gamer is gonna beat EG today?
No.
Okay.
BO3 and EG knows how to ban Brood. That's a no.
It's a lower bracket game also.
I mean, so you think EG has a natural plus 10% advantage because it's lower bracket?
I guess that all those big lower bracket performances were with PPD for the most part, so maybe not as much nowadays.
EG's level 10 talent. Plus 10% lower bracket win rate.
That's only their level 10 talent. What's the level 25?
We don't know yet. They haven't gotten there. They're slaying too many noobs. They're not getting enough XP.
Do you LC here if you're OG? Like,
Easy.
it's very good against.
Get that
It's
Abaddon.
very good.
5 seconds.
I'm down for LC.
It just the laning might be really hard because like Shadow Shaman
Reserve time.
again just walks up to you with Shackle.
But
and
where the
there's
damage at, dude? Phoenix
Yeah,
Void
they
LP?
ban the Invoker, so it would be kind of limited for Ana. Doesn't get his preferred mid.
No deeps, man. Beastmaster, another attack speed hero versus Phoenix.
Yeah, I like that they're respecting the Phoenix pick. We've seen a few teams just not pick anything that's good against the egg, and then Fly just takes over in some of the mid-game team fights.
This is the proper order.
This is the proper order.
Yep. Last game, the Tusk was really stranded in terms of which lane he could gank. Couldn't gank the Void, couldn't gank the Mirana. Now at least Beastmaster is always available as a gank target.
Yeah, also a good pseudo roar counter with the snowball.
Ah, yeah. Jerax was making some huge snowball plays.
Still pretty terrible ward hitters, though. Ward killers.
Just chrono them and ignore them. Easy.
OG's turn to pick.
Maybe Quap, one of his best heroes. Ooh.
LGD's
Do need an objective taker. Void isn't going to give you that. Neither of the supports do.
This team fight from OG is really scary.
That's what you said last game.
A lot of long cooldowns to exploit.
That's true. Although they never actually got a successful team fight off, right? The egg just always popped in.
5
But now the
seconds
egg is going off, I think.
You think?
You think?
Unless they don't...
Oh, I like that ban. LGD have done their homework.
Okay.
No safe lane Visage for Mr. No-Tail.
Noto actually sometimes plays the Death Prophet on
Does
their
he?
team. He used to. I haven't seen them run Death Prophet too much recently.
10
I'll check.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
7 months ago. That's a lot of months
Yeah,
ago.
7 months ago. It's a really
Reserve
long
time.
time. I really have
5
not seen them
seconds remaining.
run it too.
Oh, the
OG's
last ban
turn to
Drow.
pick.
It's kind of weird how the Drow was like first ban or pick for most of the games, then all of a sudden just ignored.
LGD's turn to pick.
Oh, geez.
Safe lane
Notel
Void.
did play it. Last time they did play the Death Prophet, he did play it mid, and
Oh,
Ana
God,
played the
they
safe
so many long cooldowns from OG now. But
Carry Silencer time?
Insane team fight. I was thinking Silencer.
lane. At least they have BKB pushing ulti with Beastmaster.
You know, they purposely put the girl on the side so they could see your legs. Or her legs.
Reserve time.
Hmm?
Okay.
They just... Right there. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I heard the Chinese casters about it. They wouldn't have, like, a taller table or a stand.
Mm-hmm.
You know how, like, at English broadcast of the Valve events because you couldn't see her legs.
Well, it's certainly not a tactic unfamiliar to traditional television. You know, make it.
So-
We real sports now, Lumi.
Yeah. I just thought that was a very important part of the draft that we needed this.
Thanks. Glad we got that sorted out. It was really distracting me. But Medusa, so another hero that can be really annoying for these big wombo combo ultimates.
And very tanky.
Is that the counter to the Chrono egg, right? She turns on her ult and she just hits the egg, and there's not much her team could do about it, right? The Phoenix
Range
team could do.
issues, though.
Yeah. Dragonlance will be in order.
He also has a lot of attack speed slow, Tusk Sigil, and then Phoenix.
True.
But yeah, you can just stand there. Faceless Void probably has to go for like a Manta Diffusal build, though. That's very common versus Medusa to have any sort of mana burn possible. Then again, he might need a Link in this game too. There's a lot of ways to catch this Void out. So Ana Void. When is the last time Ana played Faceless Void? I will check. It was a rhetorical question.
Thank you, Ben. I was itching to answer.
Competitive 0.
Alright.
0 games. This will be a first.
And maybe a last, depending on how it goes.
L deep.
I'm not
Right there.
not feeling optimistic, but I mean, it is a pretty big departure for OG, just going all team fight. Don't really have that big split push objective taker, aside from like the DP ult, but that's normally not how they do it. They tend to do it more with like heroes that can always be ratting or taking some sort of objective, whether it's the Invoker or the Naga or the Meepo. How do you think Valve's going to handle the chat wheel, TI? Do you think they're just going to leave it as is? Do you think they're going to mute it?
Leave it as is.
Maybe they'll give
Like, can you imagine, like, you're totally new to this game, like, you've literally never watched it before, and you just have all these random, like, incomprehensible screaming in other languages on the English broadcast?
You do have a good point.
they have a
Oh, what a block. Victoria locked in against 4 heroes. He looks
give
like
it to
he
Noto.
could be in some
okay.
Trouble.
trouble.
So maybe they should have like an orientation to the players. It's like, okay, you could use it in the beginning of the game, but you know.
You cannot expect the players to follow rules about the...
I mean, if
What are
you
you
tell
going to do,
them nicely.
like, dock them prize money
You won't,
if
but
they use the chat wheel?
I think it would help if you give them that orientation. instead
No,
of-
that sounds like an awful idea.
Really?
If they don't want the chat wheel to be used, they should just disable it from the broadcast.
No, it's not. I think Valve wants it to be used, right? That
That's the
sells
thing,
more
right?
hats.
In theory, yeah.
Yeah.
But it, maybe doesn't attract the broader swath of humanity like me.
Swath of human.
You clearly have not managed players before if you think that they're gonna listen to a play. Hey, can you not use that thing that's really fun to use?
I'm about to hit. It's a disaster. I can't wait. 357. I'm counting down to it.
I'm only at like 300.
Yeah, I'm like 310, so I'm looking forward.
You're almost there. It's 50 levels, almost there.
Yeah, you just party up with some rich kids that have like the 1,000 gold coins, right? And then
Lumi looking for rich players to party with that can carry him.
yep, you gotta be rich and you gotta carry some dead weight.
Who's your sugar? Who's your sugar mommy
so far,
or daddy?
nobody. either they are
Seeking Dota's sugar mommy.
either they're not good
At Luminous Inverse.
or they can't carry me, or both.
Let them know.
Old 11 not opting for the jungle this time, but his quick buy says yes, otherwise.
We've actually seen that exact lane, the Phoenix support versus the Beastmaster, and Fly just like kept dumping the Firebirds on him, and the Beastmaster could not do a thing. So I think actually switching to the jungle is the play there.
No tail. Playing aggro on maybe. He does have a hill ward. Victoria's still gonna have a fish with that torrent. Won't quite connect. Meanwhile, 11 going pretty deep here in the top lane. The shards are presumably going to be coming out soon. They will catch him. Keeps him away from the shop. He can't buy the TP scroll.
He does.
Oh, he actually just has the range.
Max range.
What?
Didn't think he
You
would-
buy him that far?
Yeah.
This is why old 11 is a professional.
How is that possible? Okay, you know the secret shop, the radiant secret shop? I'm like right to the left of it and I can't even buy
The tree just blocks the
Yeah,
whatever.
what the heck? Do you have to have vision of it or something? What on earth is that? He was so far away.
It's
You're
Yeah, he's like, what? You can buy from there? I literally just saw him do it.
no. See, the theory is that the shopkeeper has to see you, right? So for the radiant secret shop, and you coming in from the back line, he's like, whoa, you spooked me from behind. I don't see you. I don't sell to you.
Did you steal my wares?
So what if you kill all the trees? Do you just get like,
Yeah, sure.
you know, can you just buy
I don't know,
TPs
let's
from
see
wherever-
Victoria.
Oh, these.
Where's that shopkeeper when you need him?
No damage.
No.
You can't even afford anything. Get out of my shop.
Poverty conk. He kicks you out.
Oh, got the rune.
There.
But stolen.
Oh, this Jarrek's going for a play here. He's level 2. Almost has the mana for the snowball. Oh, Victoria, if he sticks around, he's tangoing up. Looks like he'll be a bit too tanky.
What happened to all of Kunka's tango? Did he share 2 mid? He's like out.
I think he did pull.
Well, he also died at the start. I think he
yeah,
ate
okay.
one early. Yeah, he ate one very early on, I believe. Oh,
Meanwhile, outbound.
These shards, Jerax. This is what should have happened last game.
Jarrek's in his element.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Great start here for OG.
Oh, by the way, the Ags on Medusa is surprisingly good.
The changing in Mystic Snakes to spear through Stone Gaze.
Oh, it turns into stone when it hits.
Oh, you could just hit your Mystic Snake could just hit, right? That's not even an axing.
Huh?
What? When you hit them with Mystic Snake, it turns them into stone.
Okay.
That's the Ags.
Is that
All right.
clear?
All right. That's clear.
Are you talking about the normal Mystic Snake Lumi, or what are you asking about?
Sorry, I was just confused. Without axe, you could still Mystic Snake, Stone Gaze targets,
Yeah.
and it would just
Yeah.
still hit. Yeah. Okay. I don't play Deuce at all.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Lucky you.
Like,
I have more respect for you now. Even more.
so Ben, I do want to hear you talk more about that. Like, why did you decide to go axe
What?
in the game that, like on Deuce?
I didn't. I watched it.
Oh, you watched
I
it,
played
okay.
it. I played with someone who got it.
Okay. And you
It
know-
instantly kills illusions, which is pretty important versus this
okay.
team. Actually, versus like a Manta Diffusal carrier, like Faceless Void might go in this game, or like AM with Manta, who are her natural counters. It actually owns them.
but it's not one of those builds that, like, if you've never
Why?
seen it before, you'll probably not go for it. You know.
That is true, yeah.
It's just a very awkward item to fit into your build.
Getting the Oov business here, bottom. You know, not having a whole lot of fun now. No Tail gonna give him the Spirit Siphon. Turns around, gets it with the Ether Shock. Oh, yeah. A little revenge. Meanwhile,
4-0 for OG.
Victoria flies wise to his shenanigans. Diving back. Will dodge away. So OG off to a great start here.
They need maybe help him out or in the early game, because Medusa, he's just one of those heroes that can't do much in the early game. You need probably 2 items, I think, before you can actually like start doing stuff instead of just being super passive in team fights. You could maybe turn things around with Stone Gaze, but
Big.
Oh! Now he has no blink mana.
He's got a bubble charge.
Bottle blink.
Uphill.
Oh.
He
that's
knows.
appropriate. Drop your branches.
He dropped the.
Meanwhile, up top, 11. No TP for you, sir, says Ana.
1-1-3.
Dude, this Dusa pick is messing up their lane so much. Like, compared to the Gyro last game, right?
Really? I think it's just the Tusk that's messing them up.
Well, here's the thing. Like, last game, Shackle comes out from the tree, and then Gyro just gives you kills, right? Because the Shackle doesn't do anything bottom, it doesn't actually set up kills even if you Shackle the Enigma.
He's not there. He's been jungling.
There's
the whole
that
time.
too. So it forces the Kunkka and the Shaman to roam around, and then in the river, the Tusk just eats you alive.
Yep.
He's got the Oov and the boots.
The difference that it make to have a Feeding Tide and a farming Enigma jungle for the opposing supports is...
So far, so good for OG.
Uh-oh. In a little bit of trouble. Ooh, nice tree.
Good shards trap there. Still 11 though, trying to juke away. Getting slowed down here, hounded by Ana. Gets the bash. And should be able to get the kill. Snowball secures it.
Tusk is the same level as Beastmaster. That's what do you know? Things are really bad. Yeah, Victoria going for a kill on No Tail right now.
Hey, Big Daddy. By the way, I guess he changed his name back.
Snowball
Big
safe?
Daddy for a while.
Snowball.
Still getting a lot of work done with the Spirit Siphon. Yao almost dead. Jarek's able to punch him down with that
He could shard to block people out.
giant scythe of his. Now revving up the snowball. There is a scream. And this one maybe won't miss.
Oh, yo.
Oh, yeah,
That was so funny when you did that.
The self-flame. Gotta love that deprecation.
I felt like that was a all chat. It's a disaster moment because it really was.
He didn't actually die though.
You missed your Sonic Wave. It's really.
It's a melee range Sonic Wave, dude. Those are hard to hit. Do you play co-op?
No.
Dude,
Can you just click it on the
No,
hero?
you can't. They changed it so you can't click on the
okay.
hero anymore. That's why it's hard. It's like Nick's done. You can't click on the hero anymore.
You know, yesterday, Jack, I was. Oh, I told you guys about this game. I was playing Kunkka, he's playing Lina. I X-torn the target, and he missed melee range Dragon Slave. That you could click on the hero, I'm sure.
Yes.
And that you should not miss.
Hey, Jack is up to 5,100. He is climbing Lemmy.
Jack.
How dare you?
Yeah, he was
dismiss him.
saying he's earning them NA MMR, dude.
Well, he was losing that NA MMR at first.
S4 going for. Ooh. He's pretty close to Black Hole. Maybe is playing on the left side though, where he does have a
There's
little.
already in Hill Ward as well.
Yep. Snowball in on him.
Top tower
Actually, I don't know if you, that sounds really to pull off. Silence into the snowball, but Death Prophet is not level 8 yet.
Yeah. Tasty little double damager, and Jarex does not care about this though. Quick shards up, and now the rotation. This is a polar opposite performance for the Shaman. He gets completely run down. Snowball, almost a solo kill goes for the neutral. Denies. They are not cooperating. They are not Yao's friends.
Oh, I thought the stomp was gonna get the kill.
That's really hard. Stomp does 25 damage.
I mean, if you calculate it.
If you are a calculator.
780, man. Didn't get it properly.
Oh, he doesn't have Stone Gaze. They don't know that though.
Gotta test it out. Make him use
What are
it.
you gonna do? Chrono him?
Yeah, make him use it.
Pretty big gamble.
Dire's top tower
Just look him in the eyes. Like, you don't have it.
That's exactly what you're not supposed to do. So.
Not only is Lumi not a Dusa player, he's not an anti-Dusa player. It's your Achilles heel, Lumi. Ugly snake ladies.
Can they stall this push in the mid lane? Torrent going to connect on some creeps, but that will lock him in with.
These shards have been on point from Jerax, continuing to make plays around the map as they won. Victoria, they'll get him.
He did sacrifice a little bit of his life to save the tower, though.
A lot of exorcism time was wasted for that kill.
Is that worth? That's worth.
I think it's worth it.
That's a good
I don't think
that's
they
a
get the
good
tower
time.
now.
You will put that under exorcism conversion
Maybe.
rate.
Maybe. I guess
Positive.
they will. No one coming to defend this. Just Dame. And a bit too late, but there's a trade. 11 and maybe working on top. Tandem. Tag teaming this tower down.
We'll build to 11, go 4-0, 4-2. Excellent, excellent.
So these heroes are pretty ass when you're playing from behind.
Medusa's teams are usually behind, though.
Yeah.
Unless you have a Drow Aura. So I think this is... I mean, it's not great for them, but the net worth, even with that tower, is not that bad for them. Barely 2,000.
It's just that, you know, when you have a Shaman team, you're like, okay, once Shaman gets 6, we could start getting some towers. But because they're so far behind, I don't think that's going to be...
It's a completely different game, though, because they have a Dusa. So
Right.
they can play a lot more passively. They don't actually have to push.
So do you think it's more accurate to talk about the high ground of LGD?
I think it's more Roshan. I think Roshan #1 will dictate a lot of where and when things happen, because then I think they can actually like stop Medusa from farming the Ancients. Because there always comes that point where like the carry just power farms the Ancients, especially here like Medusa Sven. They just farm the Ancients over.
Ana
and
getting
over.
baited in. He time walks forward into a quappled and into a roar. No chance he comes out trying for the snowball in. Jerax may have also cost himself his life. Escape plans are lacking, and he will go down. A double for maybe worst possible time walk in, and a fantastic bait by LGD. On top of that, they're going to dodge this OG rotation bottom. They might have to forfeit the tower, but at the very least, they don't give up another kill.
Still taking tower on bottom without exorcism's pretty good value. Also, we have 6-0 Black Holes coming out from S4, and he is farming up a storm. He is not that high in net worth, but he is set up to be...
Oh, he is.
He's in that farm mode, dude.
Once you get to level 15 with that Midas and you get 15 CBR.
Ana making the move. Did not have his mana shield on. And he'll melt.
Alright.
I don't know if they get that kill nearly so easily otherwise.
No. I think he can just mana shield.
Because you can like TP in the Kunkka, drop the boat.
There was no T1 though.
Oh, that's true.
But it still would have been way harder for them because Faces Void has just treads at first. Yep. Classic mistake. Not keeping mana shield on. It's level 3 too, so he's still getting value out of it.
He's going for the early blade mail build. I've seen this a little bit more recently. Do you guys like the quick blade
Mail is so value, gold wise.
Every piece of stat on that item is good for Medusa. Armor, intelligence. I don't know how helpful the active is though.
I think the act is pretty useful. Because you're not taking that one damage. Like, you're a damage sponge. And there's a lot of damage that they can't avoid, like Sunray, Midnight Pulse, Exorcism.
This
like,
cosmetic's pretty cool.
Is it better than something like Dragonlance? Helps you hit the Phoenix egg a little bit
It
better?
depends on what you're trying to do. If she's trying to do a lot of damage and tank up a little bit, the armor is not particularly useful versus the Void, but it is very good versus Death Prophet. It just depends on what stats you need. Dragonlance doesn't give you that much armor. And this gives you more damage. But the brown boots, I'm not a huge fan. I will tell you that. Too soon.
The future BOT dream, man. 15-minute BOT.
Yeah, you should be giving this thunderous applause, Ben.
Not
The
on
boat,
that
the
hero.
torrent, the axe, the
Oh, it's
claw
gonna
bolt
be
as
fine.
well, but Sunray to the rescue. Ana shake with the stick. That's a big commitment. And meanwhile, top lane, S4 looking for the opening here, has that hole. The threat of it drives Yao away, and 11 into the trees where OG will chase it down. Nice, Shackles, but maybe
Well,
not so
he's dead
nice in the
too.
end.
But why?
Oh, he wanted to save his friend. Not so nice, Shackles.
That's when you say, wait, Shimo.
What's that mean?
Why?
Why? For what?
Yeah, for what?
You have to say it with a little more emotion.
You
though,
just say that
surely. Surely.
in Chinese to your teammates.
Wait,
That's a
Shoma.
fast smoke. What?
A tasty kill here if they can find Mr. Maybe. Malefice.
Oh!
Somehow blinks away. Still though,
Oh.
gonna go down.
He had a lot of fire ticks on him, so he couldn't.
That's that move. What a smoke.
Yeah. Can they get agents off of this? No exorcism. If they...
They don't have Vlads. Maybe with Vlads they can, but it's still pretty slow. Yeah, Exorcism mana. Oh, Fly is out in no man's land. He does have egg.
Oh, that shot! The beam! Oh, dude, that is... good teamwork, but...
Trex had a really sick shards where he pushed like one of his teammates over this cliff. I think it was an Epicenter, maybe Manila Masters. Just like force the hero down the ledge with a well-placed shard.
Oh, if you ever get cliffed, you could push...
Clifted?
cliffed. Sorry.
Sorry.
If you ever get cliffed,
Go on.
you could push your allies off of those cliffs or shards.
That's cool.
But your ally needs to like hug the edge of the cliff, and then you just spam the shard in the middle of the...
So what LGD do at this point? Just farm the Dusa and just kind of sit back?
That's generally what you do with Deuce strats.
But OG have a mega farmed lineup right now. They've got the Midas on the Enigma. The DP is, you know, doing decently well. The Void's getting a lot as the safe lane. Like, can you really get away with just trading farm?
The thing is, you can't win the game unless you have a super farm Dusa.
Right.
And if you lose a fight, they just like they have so much team fight right now with Black Hole, which still hasn't been used at Death Prophet Ultimate, that your chances of winning team fight are pretty low. Like they don't have a good way to like instantly blow up a hero. At least not any of the important heroes. They tried with Faces Void, and that was only with one hero there. So in an actual team fight, it's very unlikely that it's going to happen unless they get the Orchid on Queen of Pain, which she is building now. And then once Medusa gets more items, so she can actually start hitting pretty hard. But I still think it's going to be a relatively slow start for LGD while they wait for their items to come out. I would say like maybe 25-30 minutes is when they'll feel more comfortable to be on the offensive.
Yeah, in terms of the net worth graph, like I think they're doing okay. The cores that need to be farmed are farmed. This Enigma is going to be a big issue though. When's that level 15 coming? Is he close?
13 and change.
And you get that 15% CDR? My goodness. Once you get a Octarine and the 15% CDR, your Blink Dagger is like at 7.5 second cooldown or something ridiculous.
I mean, the thing that's scary is like you have to basically
Smoke
save
coming
the
out.
roar for this black hole.
Yao knows what's going on, kind of. They do have a Hawk in the area at Roche, but it just died. Oh, what are LGD thinking right
Game
now?
sense it.
No, the chicken sense. Oh, chicken.
Whose medallion's that?
Oh,
11.
Beastmaster.
Alright.
Crest.
Okay, Radiant Scan hit. They know they're at Roche, and looks like they are going to smoke up on their own, but Ame did not get that much value from that, and this thing is
Don't
dead.
gaze time, bro.
Still though, OG.
Oh,
gonna
that
be
shard.
forced to
It's gonna block
brawl
them
here.
off.
The boar is revealed. Do they jump into the pit? Good positioning on the Frozen Sigil. The Sunray protects them, but still the boat crashes in momentarily. Ame commits. Rochelo not dead yet. Good zoning wards driving them back and away. They get the roar off here, but it's a big old tank lady duel as Death Prophet and Dusa engage. The Chrono deployed. Only manages to get Omnis does trap those wards, limiting the damage output, but the Roche not dead yet. Ana gonna snag it. Roche kill going the way of the Dire. Clear win for them in that regard. OG also getting the Shaman kill. They did lose their Enigma. They blew all their ults. They just want to get out now. But Victoria, hoping possibly to turn this around, finds the Torrent on No-Tail, but where's the damage to bring him down? It's going to have to come from Maybe. Gets off the Shadow Strike, and with the help of the Solar Crest, they're muscling him low. They're going to be able to finish him off. That's going to be 3. Can they get on it 2? He's got the Aegis. The X sets up. The Torrent can follow. LGD making something big out of what looked like a clear OG win. 4th kill of the fight is theirs. Do they stick around for more?
They got X again.
Respawns are
He has
coming.
Orchid. He has Orchid.
There is the BKB Black Hole available. They're going to try to force Ana down, and they will do so. Make
my
it 5
goodness.
kills, counting the Aegis takedown.
And the tier
LGD
1.
The way LGD take these fights, though, like you thought they were going to get blocked by the shards, but
Yeah, they
instead,
went down the river.
They
It
went
was
down
so
the river,
smart, yeah.
And I think Beastmaster went up to the top side of the river, so he got that roar on the Enigma. That's the dream.
Yep. They knew exactly who they needed to focus. Ana's Chronosphere only got 1 as well, and also a Chrono... just Chrono 1, right? Did he Chrono his
He
teammate?
Chrono 2 and the wards.
The
He chronoed
Shaman will.
okay.
Yeah. So it was like okay, but
wasn't
not
bad.
game winning.
But he was inside the pit. He had to try and finish off Roshan, so that's why he wasn't there at the start of the fight. No tail. Is he going to be able to finish off Yao?
Meanwhile, nice pick. Yao dodging away from it. Just getting tickled by the trail of that Crypt Swarm. Stays alive. They do silence up Victoria. He's going to sack his life. Heads north. No TP. No way out.
Bolts, man. There you go.
Get those creeps! Boom!
Yummy, yummy rum.
Too short. Oh no, that was just animation delay.
Push out the wave.
Got him. Space created.
LGD definitely not out of this one.
I think they're ahead after that team fight.
Well, they have Dusa on their team, so
Yep.
I think
Game
even is
agrees. Luma.
slightly ahead.
That's a big swing of momentum. Almost 5k gold over the last 5-6 minutes or so.
But it isn't really decided, right? Because this game's going to drag out, and I think OG has cores that could farm up and scale into the late game extremely well.
I agree.
They don't have good farming on us on the Void, though.
Yeah, no Midas, no
That's
Battle Fury,
true.
No Maelstrom, no Mask.
Yeah. That is the big concern.
Yep.
No
Yeah,
mask.
where is that mask? Ana has not been watching replays.
I don't know. That armor is actually pretty critical this game.
Oh yeah, he needs it.
Yeah.
But the point is he has no farming on it. Even Vlads, right? Vlads would
Sure.
be pretty good for them.
It's okay. S4 will farm.
Well, Queen of Pain went from not even having Orchid at the Roshan fight to almost having Orchid and Yules. And now Medusa has her second item, so she can start doing a lot more.
So the kind of scary thing, though, for LGD is that S4 has a BKB and Ana has a complete Lincoln. So this is like an unstoppable black hole with a Blink Dagger coming soon for
Stongaze.
S4. Yeah, I guess.
Even Boat, I think, is like really good to deal with it, right? All you need is your Medusa to be in a pretty good position, and then it becomes increasingly difficult for Enigma to hold. You can't just like walk into the fight. He doesn't have any survivability.
You have other people to start it, right? He doesn't have to be.
He doesn't have Blink though, so he still has to.
He's very close to
close.
Blink.
Yeah.
He's very close to Blink. You're not that afraid of the Enigma just because of the Medusa.
You're right, because like a black hole's not going to kill this Medusa. She's very well, unless she doesn't have mana shield on, which has happened once before in this game. But
I don't think that's happening.
he's still very tanky. If he gets his blade mail off, which he should be able to, in between the Midnight Pulse and the ulti cast, like you can't really focus her down. Effective HP is
the Axe Rush.
very high.
Good call there.
Axe is owned, underrated.
Here comes the smoke break, though. Perhaps not from the ideal hero, unless maybe dodges a bullet.
I'm gonna quickly check Sun's fan.
All right, well, I'm gonna keep my eyes on this game where Yao does manage to break that Lincoln Sphere on Ana. Maybe gets the whole hate, and he will go down. The Roar comes out, but it's after the first kill, and now Yao's on the run. The egg gets dropped, allowing OG to chase forward. Great control here. The wards were committed and effective, and Noctel on the hunt. Wants a piece of Victoria, chasing after Admiral Kunkka. A big dive towards the base, follow-up Sunray, nets them a third kill. The OG surprise pays off.
According to Sun's fan, the Axe is ranked 76 and it's placed under the overrated category.
Plays in the overrated?
Overrated category.
So 76 out of 100?
Out of all of the heroes.
Oh, 76.
It's like bottom third.
Yeah, it's
It's
not very good.
overrated?
Oh, that's what this site says. Overrated. Cinderella's face, overrated.
It's pretty ownage.
I've never seen it, so I'm ready to learn a lot from this game.
Radiant's top tower is
I think it's underrated.
Okay.
Like Cinderen's face.
Fair enough.
We'll see. And the thing about Medusa is she can use all the stats from the Scepter, which is pretty rare. Definitely needs a mana, definitely needs HP. Well, not definitely, but still can use HP, and plus 10 damage is pretty good. And HP and mana is always pretty good. All good.
Gucci, Gucci, Gucci.
There's some heroes that you don't really want Scepter on. You're like, these stats suck. Victoria's very poor. Poverty mode.
I smell Chick-fil-A.
How do you smell Chick-fil-A? Jesus.
Is that just how hot it is in here? Maybe I'm just having
LD?
I'm having hallucinations, Lemmy.
I don't smell Chick-fil-A. Do you smell Chick-fil-A?
No.
No. Maybe that's just
Do
maybe
OG
that's just what I want to smell.
Do OG smell the smoke incoming?
Yes. And they also
Yes,
smell
yes.
Chick-fil-A.
Where do you pop the link? Oh, you put it on No-Tail. Oh,
Oh, interesting.
that is interesting.
Here comes the seeds. They plop down those wards
look
and
at-
LGD.
All them boars, dude.
To work. 11 coming in. Starts the fight on No-Tail. Manages to lock him down with the boat crashing through.
Oh.
But the save. Jerax with the timing. They still hex him. They still commit for this. Blade now out. Ame in the front. He's already committed to Stone Gaze. They get up the Spirit Siphon. They've mostly broken through his mana. He's in too deep. Ame goes down. And the beauty of the Chrono from Mono. Kaboom goes the egg. And splat go LGD. Completely pwned.
Wait, Sharma. Why? You drop down Serpent wards, you have 4 boards, and you have a Medusa sieging the tier 2. Make them come to you. Because I don't think they have enough burst damage to kill.
That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
But they wanted to fight in between that window where Black Hole was still on cooldown. But now it's back up, so they're probably going to lose another team fight afterwards. And that was a great snowball save. I mean, No-Tail's... Is it that important to kill the DP off at the start of the fight?
Medusa is not as tanky as she needs to be to dive that dude.
Yeah,
she got dumpstered in that fight.
How did she lose all of her mana?
Just auto,
She
just
was standing in
damage.
Midnight Pulse.
She was standing in Midnight Pulse. She was tanking the Spirit Sight.
No,
and
Midnight Pulse
Ana
was
hitting
towards
her.
the end. That was
Oh,
when
was it?
all her mana was gone. I
Ana
think she
was-
tanked the Sun Ray or something. It must be.
Spirit Siphon was on her. She was getting hit by the Void.
Yeah. A lot of small stuff.
I mean, she's just not... Like, she's got, like, her basic kit, but she's not, like, a out-of-control Dusa yet.
I mean, that team fight was just, I think, a poor decision. Rather than, like, execution and stuff like that.
Well, they didn't have to dive, right? They could have
Right.
just sat behind the wards, take the tower,
And then back off.
chill.
If they come in, you Stone Gaze, and then, you know, you take a fight there.
They just got really excited after last fight because of the no Black Hole.
Yep.
But that is the power of this OG draft. They're so good at countering that roar. If the snowball stays there, even if not, like you can chrono counter initiate.
Yeah,
Sure.
Same with the black hole. So
exactly. I think they need to really evaluate how they take the fights, though. I think pressuring the Enigma is the highest priority in the team fight.
he did complete the blink, and now on his way to his own personal Lincoln Sphere.
Yep. That's
Meanwhile,
huge
mid.
mission.
11 is going to tank that Spirit Siphon. A nice Shards catch again by Jerax, and OG turn up the heat. Pound down mid.
Don't talk about heat.
Oh, you want me to turn it off?
No.
Oh my god, they could lose some real estate here.
Some real estate.
Real estate. Really, really real.
With the boat on top, okay.
Maybe staying alive. Gets off that Yules.
Blink.
but Where are you going to blink? No chrono. No
Nice
chance.
brink.
That boat buff. And now Roshan is up. S4 is around there. This could be a time for them to go. They do not have Chronosphere, and they do have the Shadow Shaman Serpent Wards up, but right now LGD have to make a move. They've fallen too far behind in too many team fights. Oh, she almost has Scepter too. This is the power spike. This is time to
The
see.
Scepter power spike.
Scepter power spike.
Power spike.
It's on.
I'm excited to see this axe in action.
Ooh, I want to check out some level 25 talent. It's Medusa.
All right, well, let's see. Dusa, no eggs just yet. It's just arrived mid-fight, but the hole comes through. The wards get dropped as the counterplay.
The Stone Gaze.
The Stone Gaze is the answer. S4 is denied. The Dusa stays alive. Now the roar comes out, got a little bit of extra mana, keeps on fighting forward. Let's go dunk 'em. LGD charge in. They want Jerax. They'll kill him off too. 4 have fallen.
Power spike.
That
Power
wasn't the power
indeed.
spike.
That was the Stone Gaze. in
Did
action.
he get the axe liver for that fight? No, right?
It came mid-fight.
Yeah.
It
I
came
think
mid-fight.
After the
The
first
surprise stats, man. Got him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what a great Stone Gaze. Well, should be easy road for them.
Don't call it a comeback just yet, but LGD, they have completely eviscerated that OG lead.
He is going for the boots of travel play. I see
Dude,
it.
I'm telling you, brown boots 40 minutes.
And you
BOT.
question the brown boots
I don't
ban.
know. I think he's still better off to upgrade it, and then if you want to go BOT now, just sell and upgrade.
How do you dare question this Deuce after that last fight? Your insolence.
You suppress one button.
It was a very important button though, Lumi. And it wasn't accidentally hitting Mana Shield and turning it off.
That's, I guess, true.
So, I mean, let's give a little credit.
Instructions unclear, untoggled split shot.
And there is just no counterplay to the Stone Gaze being activated, so
You don't fight.
You just chill.
Let's back off.
bait it out, back it off, do it again.
I think the best solution is to just silence her with Death Prophet.
Okay.
Because that's a really long duration silence and they have no way for her to get out of it. It's a good solution.
All right.
But I didn't exactly see the sequence of events that went down last fight. I don't know if the Death
I don't
Prophet
think the
was able
TP was there.
to- Yeah. They need that silence. Or Chronosphere. Maybe, I think he thought he could get the Black Hole up before the Stone Gaze, but...
Yeah.
He did
There was
not.
very quick reactions by Ame.
Spam R.
Yes. And do it fast.
Queen of Pain still managing to keep her net worth high. Wait, she has 11 kills? Doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it. I guess that's kind of life of Dusa. You don't get any kills. You just assist a bunch of people. Just tank for your team. The good life. And that's the thing. No matter how many items you get on Enigma, you cannot be... Oh, actually, technically, you could blink towards the Medusa, turn around, black hole away from her, but still catch her because she's behind you. Is that too next level?
My brain hurts.
That is so precise to actually put off.
But
yeah.
it's possible.
It is possible.
Anything is possible.
Or you could like force staff. You could blink black hole and then force staff past the Medusa.
Has the
Nice.
Lincolns, make it hard. I mean, only a TI wouldn't pull that off, so, but
There's not many TI winners at this TI. What is it, 6 total?
I believe so.
3 of them on the EG TI5 squad.
Sounds correct to me.
Puppy, the only TI1 winner with a shot to grab 2.
what, S4?
Not TI1 winner, I said.
Okay.
That's like S4's a Han player, man. Gustav's a neophyte in the eyes of...
Are you saying he can't pull off the blink turnaround black hole?
I'm saying he's not an OG, even though he plays for OG.
I think S4 is pretty OG. I think TI3 is the OG era.
Is it? Are we just that old now, or TI3 is old school? I guess it.
I mean, I think
It's not new school.
Banner Royale Hall is definitely an OG experience. Let's put it
That's
that
true.
way.
That was the death of Ben Arroyo.
Oh, Scythe of Vice next. What? Ame doesn't need any damage. He went for the 600 mana. This guy is just looking to be a tank god.
Don't you generally go for the 600 mana?
No, with the Scythe too?
Yeah. I'm talking about this.
Oh yeah, you do.
Okay.
But that plus Scythe, I thought, okay, maybe he might go for more offense because he's going Scythe. But Scythe?
Oops, sorry.
Scythe?
For what?
We talk about Scythe? God, I love
Well,
that.
it is good to not have any HP because then Midnight Pulse doesn't actually do that much versus you. That's kind of cool. And then his Stone Gaze will kill all the Manta illusions, so that's also kind of cool. So his mana is pretty safe.
Yeah. And Basai for what though?
Scythe to proc those Lincolns.
Okay.
So yet you can Stone Gaze, the real hero. Right?
I thought the Mystic Snake with the axe is supposed to pop the illusions.
Yeah, but what about if they have Lincolns? How are you going to stun them?
The Snake Lady cometh. Double damage rune. Ready, just barely clipping him in the chrono, but that's all he got. Or how much do they drop? The Lincoln's has been broken. S4 could be roared, and indeed he is. No black hole for you, sir. Now the blade mail comes out, looking for the snowball forward. S4 controlled entirely in this fight, doing nothing really on a force back, though the Deuce is starting to drop a little bit low. He has that DD. He's got the cheese. Le Fromage to the rescue will bring him back into fighting shape. Fly has found a triple in the meanwhile. Still the Deuce stays alive, maybe hanging on, though he gets bashed. He gets controlled. One core down, but now all of OG start to drop. Two have fallen. They've blown their big ultimate load, and they have not killed off the LGD cores as they jump onto Fly. Yule Scepter deployed, but no dive for some time. Now he gets silenced. Well played, Big Daddy, showing some love for his old friend, and it seems OG will mount a pretty solid defense, but lanes are pushing.
Wow.
Time to go home and defend if you're LGD.
That was Medusa with a double damage. She has damage issues.
Did they have Serpent Wards in that fight? They did, right?
Yeah.
They dropped it by the tier 3. Yeah.
T3 barely got touched even. And Black Coat got cancelled. And there was a one-man Chronos here.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Is it time for Kunkka to get Chrysalis?
I mean, I think Ame just don't build his Hex, right?
I mean, also Fly.
Yeah,
just,
he already had bought the Voidstone though.
It's
He's
800
in,
gold.
dude. He's in for the Hex.
Just sell it, dude. Get
It's too
beat
late.
damage.
You're committed. You're committed at this point, dude.
Is this Dude D-U-D-E or Dude D-O-O-D? How serious are we here?
For Ame?
Yeah.
It's not that bad because I think maybe can do a lot of damage. Because he's going Maelstrom and he's almost level 25. So a little bit. Kind of, can you do half? Can you do D-U-O-D?
Ew.
Duode?
It's basically like normal dude or winter dude.
Dude.
It's my favorite winter line.
Oh, BOT smoke into the mid lane. Ame does not catch the smoke though. Screw snakes.
Wow.
11 leads the charge. On it could get caught out here. They got to break this Lincoln's fast. They will do so. Roar comes through with the Snowball Slave. Nice counterplay from OG, though they are lacking quite a few ultimates to try and take this fight. They try to control 11 for now. He stays alive, Ame. The Bulwark in the front lines. The Chrono is deployed, but Fly is dropping quickly in this fight. He won't get off the egg. The Stone locks down S4. Ame stands strong. The silence comes through. He doesn't care. Keeps on fighting. Yao TPing out on a shred of HP. Won't die in the fountain. It looks like barely healing up. They have to buy back on Fly to hold the line. Now they've got the black hole ready to go. The Chrono's already been expended. A beautiful shard catch, but still Ame ever so tanky. Even the power of the sun only bringing him down bit by bit, not instantly finishing him off. He hangs on, pushed to the low ground. Beautifully played there by Victoria to keep his Dusa in fighting shape. They even commit the egg. OG still chasing, still hunting. They can't slay the snake, not yet anyway. But the punch just in time at the buzzer. The torrent. Oh, it's too late. They finally get him down. Victoria on the run in the meanwhile. But a swarm of OG heroes descend, and they will eventually take him out too.
Wow. If Ame had run left to the shrine and then shrined, I think the fight would probably still be going on right now.
Yeah, but that's the problem, right? You have a 1 minute long fight as a Dusa. Normally you should be very happy, right? Because that means you're alive and you're punching people. But you're punching people for what? 160 damage? Scythe is not the item of choice. How is he going to kill anybody? All OG has to do right now is force Queen of Pain out of the fight. And then there's absolutely no damage left from the team. Who is actually hitting for more than 100 damage right now on the Radiant side? Apart from the Quap.
Yep, you're right. No one.
Do have to say great buyback by Fly. I don't think they get that Deuce kill without the follow-up with the Sunray.
Ooh, DD on Ana gets bottled up. This could be problematic considering Chronosphere is already up again.
He's also got a Diffusal now, so you've got your Manta Diffusal if you can catch that Deuce.
Can't counter, can't do it. Gets snaked.
Yeah. Well, not if you catch him off guard.
Yep. They need Roche again, but I don't know. LGD at 5k gold lead doesn't feel like it because of Deuce's items. That's the size right there.
Dubious.
Dubious.
Dubious Deuce.
That alliteration, though.
There already is a Lotus Orb on Death Prophet too, so Scythe is even more useless. But she has a lot of mana regen. Plus 150%. And it's good stats. But no damage. Damage is a big issue, especially because she has BOTs. Like she has
Lincolns. Like there's just so much gold.
And X.
That's like not doing any damage. Plus 19 in 40 minutes.
OG on the chase. They started off with no town, just trying to suck Yao's life force away from him. Commits the Exorcism for this. The creeps are coming in, but at the same time, there's still a wave there. They really want to commit for Yao. They'll get him with the Sunray. The Exorcism was used very early, though, so they'll lose a lot of the effective damage on tower. Still, though, OG breach into the high ground. They've got the hole ready in reserve, as well as that Chronosphere. And I'm just going to chuck out the illusions, but a snake will be coming soon to deal with these. Not even needed.
They need to save this T3. No tail. Ooh, is he going to get it with the tail end of the Spirit? Decides against it. Afraid of that stone.
As well, he should be.
Everybody bouncing.
I think you go Roche now with no Exorcism. It's a very long cooldown. He does not have Octarine. And he also does not have the cooldown reduction talent at level 20. He went for the movement speed instead.
Interesting.
10% is pretty low. But 50 move speed is a lot. But cooldown reduction is
cooldown
super
reduction.
important on Death Prophet.
Especially now, it's like he doesn't have the Octarine, right? So it makes it more important.
Okay, Quap getting close to that level 25. I'm gonna do a lot of damage points.
There is no Exorcism. Huge chunk of OG's damage removed, though. They've got all the other ults ready, and they're going to try to make their move here. S4 blinking in, has the BKB.
Oh!
Black Hole comes through. The Stone Gaze is going to turn this, though. S4 gets denied again. He just can't seem to get off a good hole this game. However, Ana's cleaning up on the backlines. He finds the 2-hero Chrono, bringing them down. The Kunkka Shaman deleted from the fight. They didn't manage to get off the Serpent Wards near the pit. Could prove costly. Maybe doing the bulk of the damage here, while Ame doing the bulk of the tanky and control. They'll X-Fly as he dives away. They can pull him back in. The Yules, though, is the solution. OG will get back. They don't have a Black Hole now. They don't have a Chrono. They don't have an Exorcism. They're very light on the key ultimates. The Exorcism coming soonish. And LGD will not commit for this Roche.
Phoenix not dying there was very important because he bought back earlier and he has the gem. So, well, he had the gem when he dove out. Looks like he passed it on to somebody else now.
Probably realizing if he dies, that,
Yeah.
that would be a big blow.
Shadow Shaman still has wards, but I don't think they can commit for this fight. They really need Stone Gaze. Without Stone Gaze, it's not really going to be good.
Took the plus 2 second Stone Gaze talent for Medusa.
Yep, that's the better talent, I think. Lifesteal when you don't do any damage.
Yeah.
Good news is he has so many ways to pop Lincolns if he gets Orchid. Bad news is he still does no damage.
I mean, can Quap pick up the slack as far as the damage department goes? It seems like maybe he's trying to.
You do have the Beastmaster aura, so I think so. Attacking pretty fast. She just needs 25, and she's really close. After this wave, okay, she's 25 finally, and instantly takes Spell Lifesteal. Not even any consideration for fights the AoE Shadow Strike.
Ugh.
That is probably, that's like certainty.
Handsome since this.
Ame being initiated on.
Uh-oh, they baited it out.
So
That's really bad.
It's going to be a 90-second window. They got to make the most of this, but it's so tough to fight in now with no real counterplay for S4 and that Black Hole coming soon.
I think if you're OG, just walk into the pit now, right?
Yeah, I think you walk in the pit with Exorcism and just do it. Okay, they need Exorcism. Sun.
Hey, there's no Octarine and no talent. So it's a long cooldown to expend.
I wonder if Ame's considering getting Octarine for more stone gazes. And more mana.
More snakes.
Okay, well, they are going in there. The Hawk died, but they know that all 5 of them are in there. 11.
Will they fight this? They're going to try. 11 up on the high ground. Perched in position while OG lurking.
Look at the
pit.
wraparound from Maybe. He's all the way to the north.
He's trying, but No-Tail says, screw it, man. We're not taking chances here. Exorcism out. Roche drop it quick. Nobody else in the pit to help him. Ame's got that ult relatively soon. 30 seconds. It won't be in time if OG commit, but they're a bit hesitant to do that. They sit far back. They want these Lincolns to be ready. S4 BKB available. He could make a committed jump forward any second now. And no, it's Ana who starts the party. He finds 2. Meanwhile, on the back lines, maybe wants to take out Fly very early in this fight. Again, the Chrono nets them. Key support kills. Both supports brought down. The egg will be dealt with. That's 100 seconds on the sideline. It's going to be the Death Prophet ult ending at the wrong time for OG. They don't have the firepower. Now the Shaman Wards are in the pit. Yao to the rescue. Perhaps the hole is there by S4, but where's the deeps? They lack it. Ana comes in a bit late and now has to retreat. The Quap ult comes through and maybe stands as the big damage talent dominator here. He'll take them all out. 3 down. No buyback available. No ults available. LGD destroying OG in the pit.
Yao waited for the perfect moment to buy back. I thought he was going to buy back like 3 times before when he died. But this was definitely the fight when he got Chrono in the backline. Also, this Blink Dagger by Death Prophet also helps a lot because all they want to do is bypass the Medusa and T-Nuts. Ignore her because she doesn't do any damage and kill the weak supports. However, the 2 lives on the Shadow Shaman proved to be a lot. Also, maybe was stellar.
Another roar and another opening. They lunge in, instantly going on to No-Tail. The snowball drags him in, but it's towards the Hex. Maybe is there, chunking him down. Could be an LGD 2-0 if there's any more mistakes. Death Prophet for 100, S4 on the run. Fly getting slowed down. Objectives are opened up, but LGD are dangerously low here. And Ana looking for the punish. He has that Diffusal Blade. The Yule Scepter at the ready. Snakes coming out. They don't have a whole lot to work with. The cheese getting upped, I believe, here. Ame healing up and staying alive. LGD working on Jerix. They'll bring him down, and now Ana's got it back. So no Death Prophet for 75. No Black Hole for 50.
Now that
no
Hex
Chrono
is real
for
good.
5.
The Hex is like, oh my god, this Hex!
The Hex is real good when you have that +1 advantage, especially.
Yeah.
And No-Tail also has the Lotus Orb, so if he's dead, then, or if you just Hex him, then there's not much to do but die. Nice shards here. Ana finds the opening. 2-hero Chrono. He's going to take down the Shaman. No buyback either. The boat comes in, though, trying to protect 11, keep him alive. They're not dealing with the cores, though. Maybe and Ame just doing whatever they want, and you say he lacks damage, but he's still forcing S4 on his heels, even with this very team-oriented build, and maybe comes for the cleanup. Snake coming through. S4, the heal ray protects him. Maybe they'll just turn for Fly instead. A deep dive, a committed roar from 11, and now the egg dropped in the midst of it. They're going to Hex up Ana again. Now the Yule Scepter by Maybe keeping the Enigma out of the fight. S4 unable to lend the assist. He dives the well. He has no fear. Wants to put them into eternal sleep. And the whole committed just for this. They want to bring down a Quap at the fountain. Insta buyback. Maybe waste no time. He mashes the ever-living crap out of that button. Now the rack's down, and LGD looking to make it a 2-0 sweep. Rotate towards bottom lane. Buybacks galore. Everybody losing gold, but LGD winning where it counts. That's the objectives, and that's what they are currently racking up. 1 lane down, 2 to go, and this bottom lane exposed. Good silence on No-Tail. Somnish just manning up. Maybe is a god in the front lines with the boat crashing in. Huge damage done. He's got the ult ready. The bashes need to be perfect from Ana. He needs that RNG now more than ever. Exorcism, the silence doesn't matter. Right clicks for the win. And Ame, again, just unscratched, unscathed, through it all. Another Torrent, another Quap ult. Applause indeed. OG are going to the lower bracket.
One of the most interesting Medusa builds I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It worked. It was weird. It was like good and then bad and then good. At the end, he was unkillable.
Well, he was always unkillable. The problem was
he didn't do any